better go figure, go figure. Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure, go figure. Try and get a big stack in my bag. Well, you know I'm getting to it, it's like that. Try and get a big stack in my bag. Yeah, you know I'm getting to it, it's like that, like that. Hey, never feeling the pressure, please not at all. I walk in when it's crunch time, leaves in the fall. Woman on me, only hit my name on the roll call. It's like the...
It's Madden NFL 24. And up next, it's Deshaun Watson. Solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns. It's the Browns and the Bengals, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
It is a cold rain coming down. It could be a wet and wild one here by the lakeshore as we join you from Cleveland. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. Leading the charge will be their quarterback. Always fun to watch, Deshaun Watson.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 20 carries, 108 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Following the play, now we're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. On first down, it's Watson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. It was Miles Murphy who fired in and got him to the ground. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Only able to gain a couple there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
Now, the meeting we had with him this week, that's one of the briefer ones we've ever had, isn't it?
He wasn't too happy after last week.
Not happy. Really determined to play a whole lot better, and he really can't play a whole lot worse. He's got to go out and show the team that the goods that he exhibited early are still there. Otherwise, he could lose the confidence that they have in him.
And hoping to get rid of that interception ball. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. These 2 teams met in Cincinnati earlier in the year with the Bengals coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in Cleveland to complete the season sweep.
11.
A 1st first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. It's a pickup of 6. The Bengals at 2-3 here to begin the new season. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2nd and a couple.
11 empty.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Inside the 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. That drive had the makings of something good. They were starting to hit a groove, but the defense clearly had other ideas, not only to force the turnover, but to handle the scoring themselves.
Yeah, no panic in their eyes, was their partner? Think about it this way. A Hall of Fame coach once told me the best characteristic he liked out of his teams was that they didn't flinch. This group, they got pushed back in an early series, kept their composure, and made a big play that swung the momentum their way.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week. This is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things going in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight, and that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
After the pick 6, here's Burrow again. Looking deep here for Chase. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. On 1st down, Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. You talk about this Bengals defense. They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Gun. Stop.
Burrow will throw. Eluding the pressure right. That one taken in by T. Higgins. A big play there for Cincinnati. 44 yards.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just help receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
On one,
so a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
11. 12.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
These two teams all tied after one. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Here we go. 11 MT tape. 11 MT tape. Stop.
Again, it's Mixon. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. They'll give it to Mixon. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. And now they will throw it with Burrow. This will be caught at about the 5. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. Now Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
McPherson on for the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. That time a 6-play drive. And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. Targeting Moore, and he's got him on the crossing pattern. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw, Watson. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
There's a look at receiver Jamar Chase as the Bengals get set to go on offense. He has certainly made the most of his catches so far, both of them going for touchdowns here in half number 1.
And we've never met a team that doesn't talk about getting off to a fast start and featuring guys that they want to have the ball.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
But that's what they have to do more defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Throwing on 2nd and long. Burrow. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort, so maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now 21-7.
McPherson, the kickoff for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Cleveland offense making their way out. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, You have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover it? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Watson. And he's got Cooper on the out route. That's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Holding. Offense.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Again, it's Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. Trucks over him. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field. Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defense is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
11 Thomas. 11 Mighty. 11 Mighty.
First down. Here's Burrow. He will find his man Chase, complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The end result, 21 yards.
First down, Bengals.
Mighty. 11 Mighty. 11. Stop.
Here's Burrow. This goes out wide from Mixon. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now Burrow to throw on second down. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one.
I see the surprise on your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
1-1, ready?
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. To the air again, Burrow. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. This one caught downfield by Higgins. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Here we go.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Stop.
Mixon will take this one in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Round 7. Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. Watson on 1st down. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw is Watson. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. On 1st and 10, Watson. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. 2nd down and a yard. Here's Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Watson looks to throw again. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And this won't get there, won't be on line either. It's no good, off to the right. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll begin up in the Steel City.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. There's a look at receiver Jamar Chase as the Bengals get set to go on offense. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that a mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved.
11 MT tape. 11 MT tape. 11 Thomas.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
But he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
11 mighty.
Burrow looking to pass. Looking deep here for Chase. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed. Because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll start with the option. And shutting him off, now open field. Running right through it. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
How about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made it?
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Logan Wilson, the one who got in there and dropped him to the ground. Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
5 yards gets him back near the original line of scrimmage as he'll be left with a 3rd and long.
Well, another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 37. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
3rd quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10.
Throwing again is Watson. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 19. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Trey Hendrickson able to record his 5th sack of the season. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Now Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. And they're going to get him down shy of the 1st at about the 13-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
Gonzalez's kick is good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field.
Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
Forced out to his left.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
On point, ready?
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Burrow going to change things up.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still 2nd down.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He'll complete this one to Watson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. His throw incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Here we go.
Second and 10.
Here we go.
Burrow will throw.
He'll get that complete to Albert O.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return.
And they will take over first and 10. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand that...
And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper, 71 yards.
And the Browns are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a first and 10.
Play action. It's Burrow.
That's complete. It's Okuegbunam.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with second and a couple.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the fourth.
11 MT tank. 11 MT tank. Stop.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Burrow on play action. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10.
11, 11, 11.
Now Burrow. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now it's Burrow. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Here's Burrow. And his throw here is incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Going to throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think that's a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. McPherson's kick is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. And now the Browns coming out on the field. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forcing throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And got his man complete.
He's to the 15.
Touchdown, Browns.
Elijah Moore
taking it in.
And the Browns have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Gonzalez good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
There's a look at receiver Jamar Chase as the Bengals get set to go on offense.
So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
You want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
I don't know.
Throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
11. 12.
Now it's Burrow.
The second down pass. At the 9-yard line.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
Logan Wilson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front and getting to them. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety.
And he's going to go down again. Sam Hubbard, he's the one that drops him this go-around. And that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
Touchdown! David Njoku from 19 yards away. And the Browns are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
11 MT. 11 Thomas.
To throw, Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space. Let them do what they do.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Picked off by Martin Emerson. And the Browns are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
Watson to throw.
This short pass into the hands of Njoku. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
2nd down 8 yards to go. Here's Watson. And this one is incomplete. The way he's thrown the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's third down.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Here we go.
Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10.
11.
Now Burrow.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough. And these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
11.
Throwing, Burrow. Looking deep here for Chase.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
12.
Burrow. Looking deep here for Chase.
Bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. No change left in it. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Ready to go on offense, out come the Bengals. Charles, you think back to halftime, they had the big lead. They were in control of this game. They lost that lead. But ultimately right now, with the ball in overtime, a chance to win this thing.
And you know each guy's telling his teammate, just let it go. Don't worry about it. We're starting fresh right here. What happened before does not matter. What happens right now and going forward, that's what matters. Let's find a way to win this game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll take the block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon.
And he'll get about 3 up past the 25.
And that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down, and you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going to the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
What will they draw up to try to keep this opening drive of overtime moving? 3rd and 7. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially put a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
Fourth down. Here's Joe Burrow. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. First throw in OT for Watson.